All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here, 90s to now. I am Jerry Strauss. We're here for a very special episode. We have no script, we have no format, but what we do have is a celebration because we are coming up on one of our favorite events of the year. It's 90s Con. It's in Hartford, Connecticut, and it's happening this year, March 15th through the 17th. And we got a big contest going on. It's our biggest contest ever. One of the big reasons why people are so excited is our guest at this time. You see her on the screen. You've seen her on this show before. You've heard her on the show before. But things are different now because we used to talk about, what we used to do. But now I think we kind of have to lead off with global dancing sensation, ANDREA BARBER.
Global dancing sensation.
Absolutely.
I've never been introduced like that before, but I'll take it. I'll take any compliment. Thank you. I'm here.
I don't know. We're just no. Obviously, Full House, Fuller House. I'd seen some Kimmy Gibbler dancing memes lately that put into my head that you're there's people out there.
I danced a lot on the show. I danced a ton. I didn't dance well, but I'm really good at awkward dancing, so that can still be a sensation. Maybe not in an award-winning way, but it is sensational. The type of dancing I did on Full and Fuller House.
Well, look, as we said, you've been on the show before, and you've been so good about talking all about Full House, Fuller House, answering tons of questions from fans, and I know you guys out there are excited to hear more from ANDREA. But as we said, we're winging it, no script, no format, because we've got a very special contest this week, and it's all about giving away a free pair of tickets to this gigantic event. You're a veteran of it at this point. Yep. And it's coming up, 90s Con. It's now sort of a bi-locational thing, if that's the correct term. They've got it in Florida later in the year, and then back in Connecticut in just a few weeks as we're recording this in March. You've been at how many of them now? How many have you been on?
I believe I've been at every single 90s Con. Wow. I did the inaugural one. What year was that? 2 years ago, I guess. And then, so this will be my fourth 90s Con. So if there's been 4 90s Cons, I've done them all. And they're fantastic. They just get better and better. It's so fun. It's so exhausting and so exhilarating all at the same time, to have like adrenaline surging through your body, but also be like, oh my gosh, it's like a marathon. You got to keep your energy going. You got to have like little candy snacks to keep your blood sugar high. But it's fun. It's so great. It's our one chance to really get to be face to face with our fans and meet them and hear their stories about how they grew up with our shows. And it's fun. It's a blast. It's great. I love the 90s. That was such a great decade. And it's great to get to go back, and everybody's kind of wearing 90s inspired clothing, and they've got merch, lots of 90s merch out there. I have a pair of Spice Girls earrings, like the dolls. So I wore those last year to 90s Con. Maybe I'll bring them back for this year's 90s Con. I don't know. But it's a blast. I love it. Always have a good time. The green room is like one big like high school reunion, because like a lot of us 90s child stars grew up, together. We were either on each other's shows, or we would see each other in the audition hallways. We were all up for the same roles. Yeah. And so it's fun for the celebrities too, to get to see each other in the green room and hang out in between our professional duties. And it's great. Always a good time.
Yeah. And there's such a buzz in the weeks and months leading up to it, because people are like, who's going to be there? Who's going to be there? Who are they going to announce? And it's always this great mix now that we're a few into the thing of, oh, they're coming back. And of course, you're a big part of that. Oh, we're so excited. We want to see her again. And then plus, who are the new people who are going to be the new reunions that we're going to see this year? And so I'd have to imagine this gigantic mix of returning fans who are coming to this thing and new fans that may be coming for the first time. I'm going to be there for the first time this year. I'm excited.
Oh, great.
I'll be covering the thing.
Fun. That's awesome.
We've been talking about this for years, but I feel like until you're there, you don't know firsthand what that atmosphere is going to be like. So I'm soaking this up too. I'm trying to mentally and emotionally and probably physically prepare myself because
Yes. Sleep now,
yeah.
sleep now, and just make sure you pack lots of, like, energy bars or I don't know, granola bar. I don't know. I hope you can bring food in. I have no idea. Um, but yeah, it's like this big warehouse packed full of people, and
Mhm,
every celebrity has a table. They group us by show, so the Full House, all of our tables will be in a row,
mhm.
and then all of like the Boy Meets World people will be in a row, and so yeah, it's great. There's food, like I said, there's merch. It's fun. I'm not going to be there all 3 days. I'm only going to be there Saturday and Sunday, but that's okay. Saturday's the biggest day. That's when everybody is there. That's when a lot of the panels are, where we go up on stage and
Mhm.
get grilled by a panel moderator. It's not, they're softball questions. It's not very difficult, but it's fun. People love to attend the panels. I wish I had time to go to the other shows panels because I want to hear them too. But that by then I'm on the floor signing autographs and taking pictures. But
You wanna
yeah,
heckle, don't
panels.
you? You
I
wanna mess with
do.
them a bit.
Heck yes. I would love to heckle. I would have so many questions to ask too. I'd be like,
I
give me the
cannot
microphone.
I cannot think of anything more fun, hilarious, and or distracting to those on the stage than Andrea Barber popping into the crowd and just deciding to make a bit of a ruckus. That would be a
You're
great
right.
moment for everyone.
Well, great for the fans. I don't know if the participants on stage would like it. I don't want to upstage anybody, so no. I'll just stay in line and do my diligent duty and meet the fans. That's what I'm there to do, is to meet the fans. That's what it's all about. It starts
Yeah.
with them. They are the MVPs of the weekend, is the fans.
And it's a huge community thing for the fans as well. You can see on social media, uh, they talk to each other. They're connecting with each other. There's meetups. There's friendships. There's probably romances. There's all sorts of things popping
Oh,
off at these events, and everyone just seems to be so excited to get back together with you guys, but also with each other. So a lot
I
of love
love
in that
that.
giant warehouse.
Oh, I know that there's like friendship bracelets, like in Taylor Swift style. Like everybody's exchanging friendship bracelets, and I have. Oh, you know what? I have them right here. I didn't
Wow.
plan this, but I kept mine from last year. Ooh, they're a little bit tangled, but yeah, I'll just put them on right now. I kept all the friendship bracelets that fans brought me last year. I don't know if it was in Hartford or in Tampa. These might be the Tampa ones, but anyways, yeah. Watch, I'm gonna get like 150 more of these
Oh my
in a
goodness.
couple weeks.
Do people
But
bring you stuff? Do they know like things you like and bring you snacks and
well,
gifts
not
and things of that
snacks,
nature?
but they'll bring like pictures if anyone came to see a Full House taping back in the 90's. They'll bring pictures sometimes. They'll write letters. I actually love the letters. I've kept a couple of them that are just very touching and very meaningful.
Mm.
Yeah, they'll bring little gifts, like I said, and like the friendship bracelets or keychains or whatever strikes their fancy. They're so thoughtful and so sweet, and I just love all of it. It's awesome.
That's so cool. That's why
Yeah.
you're the OG of 90s con. You just
It's always a good time. We love it.
that's awesome. And look, we wanted you guys to have a bit of a good time getting in the 90s con spirit ahead of time. So we've launched this contest. Andrea
Oh,
has graciously agreed to be the ultimate judge of this thing. So this is out of my hands, people. This is
oh,
and Andrea,
pressure,
we're
pressure.
let's be real with this. Andrea is seeing these videos. We've selected uh 3 finalists from the
Okay.
submissions that you guys sent us. So thank you for that, everyone.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, we couldn't include everybody, but we've narrowed it down to 3. It's a well-rounded 3.
Okay.
But Andrea's seeing these for the first time. So
Yeah,
this is going to be
I'm
first
going in
impressions.
blind. I'm
So
nervous. I'm so nervous.
how do I choose an order? I didn't even think about this. We are really
I
going
don't
off the
know.
rails here.
I don't
Okay.
know.
I
Uh,
am I am
so
just
wait,
going to okay.
they had to impersonate a
Yes.
character from the 90's? Is that what the premise is? They had to do a
Yeah.
30-second impression of a character or a scene or just something from the 90's?
That was the guide was 30.
30. Okay.
We didn't hold them to it, but yeah,
Okay.
for those of you who didn't actually participate in the contest, sorry if you missed it. We will be having more contests like this in the future, so make sure you're subscribing and following us on Facebook and everywhere else you can find us, because there'll be more, and there'll be more prizes as well. But this, of
Ooh.
course, the winner is going to get 2 tickets to 90s Con. This is for the 17th. This is for the Sunday. Andrea's
Okay.
going to be there.
Oh yeah. I'll be wearing
Um,
green so I don't get pinched because that's St. Patrick's Day.
oh yeah.
Hmm.
You
Wear
know,
your
we would not
green,
even.
people.
Wow, if the atmosphere was not wild enough, we're gonna amp it up even more on Sunday.
Yes. Keep your hands to yourselves, everybody. That's yeah, it's all about consent, right? But no,
That's right.
I'll be in green anyways, just for, because it's fun and spirited, and I'll save the beer drinking for later though. I'll drink my green beer after 90s Con to celebrate.
There's gotta be a hula hands or something around there. I think
Oh,
it's kind of a
yeah.
bar area, if I know.
Oh
So
yeah.
there's
There's some great restaurants nearby within walking distance. So
right.
I
That's
love
right. You're a
Hartford.
vet.
Hartford's fantastic.
Awesome. Awesome. Good
Yeah.
place to be. And, for the winner of these tickets, hopefully you're within reach. If you've entered this contest, then, you know where you're going.
Yeah.
So why don't we choose one of these? We're going to go
Okay.
with, number 1 randomly. This is,
Okay.
Amanda
Random
Menard.
order. Who?
Yes.
Amanda Bernard?
Menard.
Menard. Okay.
Yes. And again, we said, "Hey, just send us your best impersonation of your favorite 90s TV character." And some of them took that to a different slight place creatively, maybe expanded
Ooh.
on that. And I think Amanda may have done just that. So here
Okay.
we go.
Let's see.
Let's take a look.
We don't have to be good at impressions. We use 90s terms in our everyday life. Today, Junior!
I'm king of the world!
Dad, did you get that yard work done yet? Pivot! Pivot! I'm not gonna do what everyone thinks they're gonna do, and wig out, man!
Life is like a box of chocolates. You never quite know what you're gonna get.
You got it, dude!
Hey, wanna hear the most annoying sound in the world? Sure.
Well done, Amanda and family. She roped her family into this as well.
She sure did. They're naturals. They're not. I mean,
That was very creative. Very creative. I love the use of just the everyday items around the house or the yard. The pivot was hysterical. One of my all-time favorite scenes from Friends is the pivot scene. So I loved it. That was so creative, Amanda. Oh, awesome. Bravo. Well done.
And I just love, I mean, as much as we love talking about the 90s, I just love inherently how in this day and age, you could just grab your phone and just create that, you
Yeah.
know? You don't need a lot of preparation. You don't need a budget. You could just
Right.
have some fun, and that's what this contest was all about. So, yeah, I thought that I mean, if you want my opinion, I don't
Yeah,
know,
no. I need the feedback. I want the feedback. So I agree completely. All you need is your iPhone and some willing participants or victims, depending on how your family is. But no, it was great. Like I said, you did no pre-planning, no huge production values. You don't need that. You just need creativity, and that was creative.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
All right. You ready for number 2?
I am.
Okay. Here we go. This is Davey Lozano. He sent this in. Now,
Okay.
We talk about budgets. I don't know. Here, see for yourself. Let's take a look
Okay.
at Davey's video.
Okay, Davey.
I can see
Wow.
our heads are
Where
bobbing simultaneously.
Davey, where did he get that? He or she, I assume. Where did they get that costume? That's not just some like costume you pick up at Party City on your way home from work. Like that is a legit costume.
Yeah, so many questions.
Wow.
And look, we didn't give a lot of lead time for this contest, so nobody had time to go out and seek out something special. Really,
Right,
did
right.
he
So
just have? Is that just was he in that costume when he found out about the contest?
I'm wondering because you can't special order that in just a matter of, a couple days or so. Did he just have it in his closet? Like, why? And why? If he did have it already, why is the question?
Was it a video he just randomly recorded on a Tuesday at 11 a.m. and he just had it in the chamber waiting for us?
He was just waiting for any contest that this video would fit into, and he's like, "Oh, 90s contest. Here, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles." That was great. Oh, wow. That was very funny. Very funny. I need to borrow that costume. Maybe I'll wear that. It's green, so I could wear that to 90s Con. If Davey doesn't win and wear it himself.
Oh yeah, Davey, if you do end up going to 90s Con with or without these tickets, you have to wear that costume. Otherwise, it's just a complete waste of space on this planet. That's where it needs to be.
Mandatory costume at 90s Con.
All right. Okay. The final entrant.
Okay.
Another family affair.
Oh, good.
I look. You're the judge. I just want to give you a bit of forewarning here. We had a little bit of it in the first video.
Okay.
I know there's the potential for a little bias.
Oh,
when we're talking about certain TV shows that you may or may not have starred in for many a season.
Okay.
So I just want you to try to ward that off and look at this objectively alongside the others.
I will be very impartial. Absolutely.
This is Steve Credo and the entire Credo family. They got together, and here is our third banger video.
Hey, we're the Credos, and I grew up watching Full House, and my kids grew up watching Fuller House, and here's our impressions. Have mercy.
How rude. You got it, dude.
Oh, my Lanta.
Cut it out.
Bravo, Credo family. That was great. They got blonde girls too. I mean, they are the Tanners. That was fantastic. Oh, I love that. And they nailed those impressions. They nailed those catchphrases. Absolutely. That's so funny.
They did. And one shot, one shot, no cuts.
Yeah, it was one take wonder, that is so cool. Oh, that was fun. That was great. Oh, I love those. I love the creativity. I love the commitment. That's just so great.
And quite honestly, I feel like these are all people who have proven their fandom. So in one way, shape, or form, I'd love for all of them to find their way to 90s Con because it just seems like a perfect fit,
I know. I wish I could pick all three because obviously they all deserve it, and I all want to see them in person in either the costume or doing the impressions. This is going to be hard. I wish we could have like audience feedback or something to like a show of hands.
We need those America's Funniest Home Videos clickers, like the votes on the studio audience.
Yeah. How am I going to pick? This is a lot of pressure.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to put this all on you, but I'm glad it is.
So you don't even get like half a vote. You don't get like input, or it's all up to me.
I feel like if I give you any input, it would just kind of muddy that pure feeling that you may have in your heart.
Yeah, that's true. You don't want to bias the judge in any sort of way, but this is a lot of pressure. And I used to host a Kimmy Gibbler costume contest every year, so I relate to this. I know this pressure because I know I get so many great entries of people dressed as Kimmy Gibbler, and they're all so good, and people put their heart into it, and so I know how devastating it is to have to tell someone, sorry, you didn't win. So this is so much pressure. Now I'm like, why did I agree to this?
I feel terrible for you, Andrea. This really
that's
sucks.
okay. Okay. I'm thinking.
Let's do it this way. I'm going to suggest something.
Okay.
Usually, when we're trying to stretch this process out on a TV show, a game show, whatever, we find a way to say thank you, but no thank you to one of the three, and then we bring it down to the final two, like American Idol style, So
Oh,
is
okay, okay.
is there a factor here that might make you think, you know what, these two just a little bit stronger? They're the head-to-head finalists.
Oh, okay. So yeah, narrowing it down a little bit slower. Okay, I like that. I like that. Well, obviously I'm going to have to put the Credo family in one of the top two because it's Full House. It's the catchphrases that we all know and love and that I grew up with, you guys grew up with. So they're definitely in the top two.
They're smart.
Yes. And then my other part of the top two, I feel like I have to go with Amanda, the first video, just because she incorporated so many different shows. It was just like this, cornucopia of 90s nostalgia wonderfulness. So to me, as much as I love Davey and his turtle costume, which was amazing, if there's an honorable mention award, it goes to Davey in the turtle costume, because that, I think that's amazing. And I hope that he still comes and shows up in the turtle costume, and he will definitely be the MVP if he does that.
If there's any consolation prize to you, Davey, that video in and of itself, while perhaps not a winner today, I feel has the potential, now that it's out in the world, to go viral, to lead to demand for other videos. I mean, a Ninja Turtle holding a Ninja Turtle.
Yeah.
How many levels can we add to this? Where can we develop this from here? Because this is so very meta. It is. And it's exciting. What can he do with a budget?
That's right? Yeah, if he just whipped that up with no warning, what could he do if he had some lead time? Like that that was amazing. There will definitely be another contest somewhere, someday, that Davey can put that costume back on and make another contest entry, because it was fantastic.
If you ever judge a dress like a Ninja Turtle contest instead of a Gibbler contest, he's getting a call.
Oh, he is for sure winner, like 100%.
And now we're down to two.
So now we're down to two. We're down to
Amanda.
Make it easier?
Does that make it easier or tougher? Amanda and the Credos, two families.
Well, it doesn't make it easier, that's for sure. Okay, Amanda and the Credos, and I love both of them for different reasons. It's so hard to pick. They both involved their families, which I love. It's like a big family affair. It's a family effort, and I love that. In the spirit of the 90s, there were lots of sitcoms about families, and so I think that was very appropriate.
Yeah.
Gosh, I love so many things about these. Okay. I've made my decision. Gosh, I've made my decision, and it was not easy. I'll tell you that right now. It was not easy. Am I confident in this decision? Okay, yes, I'm confident in this decision. I'm not going to second guess myself.
Do you want to phone a friend, or do we?
Right? Can I call John Stamos right now and get his opinion, because he would have some opinions. Okay, so do I announce the winner, or do I tell you why I picked the winner first? Like, I don't even know how to announce it. I feel like, do I need a drum roll?
Why don't you tell us why and lead into who that reason points to?
Okay. So the family that I picked that family because of their creativity, their ingenuity, the group effort, which I have a family myself, so I know how hard it is to coordinate kids and parents and like all of the people that probably didn't really want to participate, but they did anyways. So the group effort, creativity, ingenuity, and just like the happy feeling that it gives me just watching that video and feeling all of those nostalgic feelings. It's like a nice warm hug watching those videos and just remembering just what an awesome decade the 90s were. Okay. Okay. The winner of this contest is Amanda and family. Woo!
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's
And you know
official.
what? Yes. And special shout out to the Credos because you nailed those impressions. Those were the best Full House impressions that I've ever heard outside of the cast. But I've got to give it to Amanda just because she incorporated so many different shows and it had so many different like locations and props, and with no budget and no lead time, that was very, very impressive. So I got to give it to Amanda and family.
And dare I say, if I may chime in now that the decision has been made, a contest where, at this level of finalists, there truly was no loser.
No,
Everybody.
oh no, everybody's a winner, of course. Of course, just the fact that these 3 entrants were able to be displayed on your show here, and that we got to talk about it and analyze it, and like you are all winners in my heart. Absolutely.
And
And I hope they all come to 90s Con, I hope all of them, everyone who entered this contest, whether you were shown on this show or not, I hope you come to 90s Con and make sure you mention it to me if you come by my table, and I'll give you a special high five or I don't know, a hug, whatever you want. High five, hug, whatever you want.
or a green beer. We don't actually know what's going to be going on.
We don't know. We don't know.
Oh my goodness.
Funny. Oh, that was
Well,
great. That was
it
so
was
fun. That was great. I don't know how you narrowed it down to 3. That must have been very, very difficult. And I don't know how I picked the winner, but yeah, that was fun. That was
You
great.
went to
I love
another
contests.
place. Yeah, I saw your eyes roll in the back of your head. You were really like, it just came to you.
Yes. Yes.
But
It
yeah,
did.
no,
Oh, how fun.
that was
That was
amazing.
great.
I mean, between this and even I didn't know that you had this history of judging contests,
Oh,
but
yeah.
certainly this is something you should do more of and do at a higher level. I'm thinking Supreme Court.
Oh, for sure. Oh, this is my experience right here. What more experience do you need to be on the Supreme Court
Right on the resume,
and to
make
be
sure
judging a 90s Con contest or a Kimmy Gibbler costume contest as well? That's all you need on your resume.
you never know. You never know where life may take you in the next who knows how long, Andrea. But it was certainly great to launch this kind of contest here on this show with you. You made it awesome. So thank you so much for that.
It's such an honor to get to come on your show again and also to be this celebrity judge. I was so honored. So thank you for asking me because this was super fun.
Awesome. Thank you. And thanks to everyone who did send in a submission, whether we were able to showcase you or not. Especially thank you to all of our finalists. Congratulations to Amanda. We'll be reaching out to you, of course, right away and arranging for you guys to be there at 90s Con. And of course, we're all going to say hi. As I said, I'm going to be there somewhere covering this thing, and Andrea will be there front and center. And at some point, we're all going to say hi and do high fives and, and or beers, whatever.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if there's going to be a beer garden or like, I don't know how they handle the food section of 90s Con, but if I could put in a request, I would put in a request for a 21 and over beer garden with green beer.
Fair.
I'm sure the organizers can just whip that together. They got nothing else to do in these next 10 days before the con happens.
Oh, no.
Or not 10 days, 2 weeks, whatever it is. Yeah.
It's calmness. It's relaxation. They're chill. They're ready to go, I'm sure. They're not worried about the 100,000 people that are going to walk through those doors.
Such a party. Oh, it's such a fun atmosphere.
Yeah.
Constant smiles. I can't wait. I can't wait to see you there. Can't wait to see all of our fans and the winner, Amanda and her family. This is going to be great.
Absolutely. It's going to look as of right now, let's get it out of the way and just wish you a wonderful 90s Con and St. Patrick's Day, by the way. But of course, as we said, we'll, hopefully we'll all be running into each other, and we hope to run into all of you. If you guys are out there, if you're watching the show, if you're at 90s Con, if you see Andrea, make sure you let her know that you're a listener of this show. If you see me, make sure you let me know, because that always is great to hear.
Yeah.
And we're all going to have a blast.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun. Sleep now, people. Bank sleep if you can. And do some stretching exercises, drink lots of water, make sure you're hydrated. And yeah, if you can pack some snacks, because you got to keep that blood sugar high enough to hit all of the celebrities that you want to meet, because there's so many people. I don't know how you choose who you want to meet first, second, third. Like it's a tough choice. There's a lot of great people coming to this con.
Right. She's being modest. Of course you go to Andrea first, and then you figure out afterwards who the second tier is.
Well, my line isn't as long as some of these other celebrities, so you can come by and take a break, and we'll chat it up. So,
well, it's gonna be awesome. It was awesome today. It was awesome to watch all these videos, and it's awesome to have you all here, and especially you, Andrea. So thank you for being here. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for sharing, subscribing, doing all the things that you do. Of course, don't forget about your podcast too. If those of you have lived under a rock and have not been following Andrea and another one of our favorite guests on the show, Jodie Sweetin, and of course your show,
How Rude, Tanneritos.
Thank you.
It's a mouthful. I know. How Rude, Tanneritos. We went through several iterations, and we're like, well, we want both of our catchphrases in the title. So it's How Rude, Tanneritos. We're reviewing every single episode of Full House, mostly for the first time. Like, we haven't seen most of these episodes, so we're watching it for the first time after 35 years after the show was on the air. And we're giving our commentary, we're giving behind the scenes little nuggets. We do some character analysis, we make jokes, we make fun of ourselves. It's a blast. Jodie and I are having so much fun watching ourselves as she was 5, I was 10, and the fashion, the 90s fashion is particularly chef's kiss. So yeah, check it out. How Rude, Tanneritos, anywhere you get your podcasts.
And I have to say really quickly, this show is what this show is, but since sort of this 90s wave turned into these conventions and these Q&As and these reunions, now all of a sudden we're finding that there's so many fans who want to hear from you guys every week. And now you have a successful podcast, and the cast of Boy Meets World does their weekly podcast, and Step by Step, they just started their podcast. And then they all come back to 90s Con this year, and all the fans of the podcast are going to be able to see them live and in person too. So the whole thing just keeps building, man. That must be so exciting.
Oh, it's very exciting. There's a hunger for this 90s nostalgia. And you're right. I didn't think about it. All of these rewatch podcasts, we're all going to be there at 90s Con. We should do a live show from 90s Con, like all of us together. That would be so fun. I'm going to pitch that for next year.
Forget about a podcast. You guys could get together and you could do like a We Are the World type of thing. There's so many of you doing podcasts at some point.
Hey, yeah, you could do the documentary. You could be the guy that films it and puts together the documentary that you release in 30 years. I just watched that a couple weeks ago. It's a really good documentary.
No,
I love. They're all so great. The Boy Meets World cast, Step by Step. I'm very excited that Step by Step will be at 90s Con this year because I haven't seen Christine Lakin in several years. So I'm excited to see her. All my old buddies on Boy Meets World. It's going to be a blast. I can't wait.
Yeah. And we're going to do another quick plug and just let you know that if you have not caught up on 90s to Now episodes, and you are preparing to get up close and personal with all your favorite stars, everyone that we're talking about, we've had a lot of these people on the show. Christine Lakin's been on the show a bunch of times. Of course, we've talked about Jodie. We just had Kerr Smith from Dawson's Creek. He's a first-time attendee this year.
Oh, that's exciting. Ooh.
Yeah. And we also just had Christine Taylor, who's going to be there with the Hey Dude cast.
Hey Dude, yeah. And she's fantastic.
She and David Lasher, they have their Hey Dude, the 90s Called podcast as well. So it's all,
that's right.
all coming together.
I love it. I just love it. I think you can never get too much nostalgia. It's kind of people make fun of like, oh my God, another rewatch podcast. But people love it. Like there's a reason why everyone's doing a rewatch podcast, because the fans can't get enough. They love the behind the scenes stories. And we got to get all of these memories and behind the scenes tidbits and stories. We got to get it all recorded before we're like senile and we can't like remember any of these stories anymore. So now's the time. Now's the time.
And I'll tell you what, and we've had him on the show as well, and just to give the counterpoint to that, William Daniels, Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World,
Mm.
he's what, 95 years old right now,
He's
rocking it.
96. Yeah.
Yeah, and he is still out there doing the Q&As, and he was great on this show. And so, hopefully everyone travels down that path, and we've got lots and lots of time to continue to hear these stories from you guys. But yeah.
Yes, love Bill Daniels. He's the goat, man. He is the goat. I hope I hope I have that much stamina when I'm in my 90s to still be doing conventions like this. I admire him so much. He's awesome.
Yeah, and he'll be there along with the
Yeah.
whole cast of Boy Meets World, and
Yeah.
you guys from Full House and Step by Step and Dawson's Creek and Seventh Heaven is going to be there for the first time, and
Oh yeah. Oh, that'll be great. Oh, this is exciting.
Marissa Tomei is going to be there, and Susan
Gina
Sarandon.
Davis, Susan
Yes.
Sarandon. You can get your Thelma and Louise picture. It's so cool. Oh man. I'm going to be a little starstruck in the green room this year. That's for sure.
Well, look, we're all going to be starstruck. We're all going to be excited, and hopefully we're all going to be there. So, great to talk to you, to get us all that much more hyped about this thing. And of course, just to talk to you because you're awesome.
Oh, thanks.
And-
Thanks. I always enjoy having a nice conversation with you, and I'm definitely pumped for 90s Con. Like, I mean, not that I wasn't before, but now I'm especially pumped for 90s Con. I can't wait.
Mission accomplished. We'll see all you guys there. We'll see you next time on 90s to Now. And thank you for joining us one more time. Thanks a lot,
Awesome.
Andrea.
Thanks.